few inches later.
Hello and welcome to our wrestling. Anyway, welcome to our wrestling perspective. If you like what you see, give it a big thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, give it a thumbs down. If you're a supporter of the bar, give it to the side. And in the famous words of Coke, sub it cousin. In this video we're trying something new. We're gonna put Raw, SmackDown, NXT, plus WrestleMania predictions, plus a Fastlane review all cramped in one. So let's kick it off for WWE Fastlane 29. Ironically, to kick off the kickoff, we saw a tag team match between 2/3 of the new in none other than Xavier Woods and Big E, taking on the brand new formation of Shinsuke Day, I guess, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura, accompanied by Broken Leg Lana. This match was good for what it was to kick off the whole kickoff, giving New Day that big pop, and New Day have been on a whole roll with the whole Kofi thing, so why not give them a match? But if anything, I don't reckon this should have been on the pre-show. It was that outstanding. Second thing on the pre-show that was out of the ordinary, I guess, was none other than EC3. He broke his silence and he finally spoke. I guess it's good to give EC3 exposure, as he hasn't had much besides Main Event. And Main Event is another program you'll have to pay for to get cable to watch two matches. And I don't think paying for cable watching two matches is really a selling point at this. It's pretty much of a shame that EC3 hasn't been used as of much as we thought he would be. By him being in NXT right now, I reckon he would have thrived even more. But call-ups are call-ups, I guess, and let's see and hope the best for EC3's future. So we kick off the main card of WWE Presents Fastlane 2019, and the first match on WWE Fastlane 2019 was for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. We saw none other than the challengers Mac and Miz Mac in The Miz and Shane McMahon up against, they were the former tag team champions, but now up against the current tag team champions, the champions that they lost the belts to in the brothers, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. This match was just spot galore, believe it or not, with Shane McMahon ripping everything out of his backside. We saw even Miz do high flying. This match was out of the ordinary, but it was fantastic. And to top it off, all at the end, we saw Shane McMahon turn heel. Not The Miz, Shane McMahon. Obviously thought by seeing the Cleveland is awesome t-shirt by The Miz and getting that sympathy, plus his father's there, I'm like, Shane's turning. 110% Shane's turning. I'm on the edge of the couch watching, and that's what happens. I can't believe it, but it's good. We get the McMahons back to the bad ones, and you can't have too many good ones. If Triple H is the good one against Batista, then we've got to have someone turn bad. And believe it or not, you've got another McMahon to turn bad in this situation, and that's none other than Shane McMahon. This led to the second match, and it was for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. See, that was more entertaining than that match. Then the third made up kind of match, it was a brutal just beating on Kofi Kingston. After Kofi Kingston was waiting, I think it was an hour out of Vince's office, and then Vince is like, listen, I've been waiting for you. And there was just a debacle. No, 11 years this, 11 years that, give me this. And then he did give him this, but instead he said it was going to be a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Was Kofi going to be in it? No, he said Kofi Kingston's going to be in a match right now, which got me on a kerfuffle. Kofi went to the ring, knew they were barred, and he just got destroyed by the bar. This all led to the fourth match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. We saw the former Tag Team Champions in themselves, Glorious Gable and Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, up against the new formed NXT call-ups of like Will Smith and Marilyn Manson, just kidding, Aleister Black and Ricochet, up against the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions currently in none other than Dash and Dawson, the Revival. Probably one of the best matches on the night, 110%. This is a good build for the Raw Tag Team division, but then again, I don't really want to see Bobby Roode a part of a tag team or Chad Gable part of a tag team. Hopefully the draft happens, or even if you turn Bobby Roode heel. But then it's going to have to happen after WrestleMania. Aleister Black and Ricochet not getting pinned in this situation will peg him, I reckon, straight into that WrestleMania match. It's good for the Raw Tag division. This match was needed for the Raw Tag division since it's a lack of a division. In the 5th match, we saw none other than a United States Championship go on the line, with Samoa Joe defending it against 3 people. A repeat of a match that happened on SmackDown, but it's good to see again. We saw Samoa Joe in a champion take on Rey Mysterio. Andrea Cien Almas, but his name is just Andre, now Andrea, up against none other than a guy that tells no lies, truth. This match was just like it was advertised as, just like the SmackDown match, just basically fitting in more than we can actually watch. It's good to get that Samoa Joe actually gets that submission victory. It was good. Samoa Joe actually looked like a legitimately good champion that could take out every individual in that match. Then we had that tag match. None other in the 3rd last match for WWE Presents Fastlane 2019, we saw the WWE Championship get defended in a triple threat match. Yes, at the start of the match we saw none other than Greg Hamilton announce that it's going to be a triple threat match, to everyone's surprise. Who's going to be this 3rd person? Obviously I thought this can't be Kofi's shot, they're not going to screw him like that, but it's the WWE. So we look forward towards this match. We see Kevin Owens come out first in a challenger. Then we see the WWE Champion, the current WWE Champion in Daniel Bryan, accompanied by Eric Rowan, his big red wood. Because it becomes a no disqualification once it hits a triple threat. Who do we see return? Is it gonna go hard? We saw none other than a returning heart of SmackDown Live, none other than Mustafa Ali. Even though this match was fantastic, it was fantastic for what it was, it was very hard to watch with the roaring "We Want Kofi" chants. This is basically building towards that WrestleMania momentum, but enjoy the match that you have right now. You have Daniel Bryan, the WWE Champion, Kevin Owens in a challenger, and Mustafa Ali. Are you serious? This is WWE in 2019? We wouldn't have got this a couple years ago. Then in the semi-main event, we saw none other than the man Becky Lynch take on Charlotte Flair. Whoever wins this match will proceed to go on to WrestleMania. No, that's my bad. Let's try that again. If Becky wins this match, then she gets added into WrestleMania. It's just been so confusing. Why didn't she just get the show if she wasn't? Just make it a triple threat already. And with the whole DQ with Ronda coming out and bashing both of them, no, not even bashing both of them, just bashing Becky just to add it into the match. Why couldn't that just happen from the get-go? Then none other than the main event of WWE Presents Fastlane 2019, we saw The Shield one last time in Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins up against the new formation of a alliance of our authority of Raw in none other than Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. I had to show the dogs again because that was more entertaining than this match. But that was to end the WWE Presents Fastlane 2019. Now we're going to go on to a new type of perspective into Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WrestleMania predictions, and also what can we expect. To kick off Raw, basically we got a lot of stuff out of that. We've got Triple H versus Batista now confirmed in a no holds bar. We now have Bobby Lashley as a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. Shield said their farewell. What's in hold for Roman and Dean Ambrose? And the Raw women's scene is hotter than ever. Now we move on to WWE SmackDown Live, and what can we find out of it? Shane versus Miz is confirmed, as Shane says this match is happening because you have to listen to me as I am the boss. Usos call upon all tag teams, challenge all tag teams because they've mentioned they've beaten them all, and what's next? Sonya Deville and Mandy Rhodes look like they're having a little kerfuffle. Could this play out into the Women's Battle Royal? And who's Asuka's next opponent? And with Kofi Kingston handed an opportunity by Vince McMahon to beat 5 people next week in none other than the Big Red Wood, The Bar, Samoa Joe and Randy Orton. If Kofi wins this, he gets a WWE Championship shot, none other than at WrestleMania. With NXT, if you don't want any spoilers, because this is the planned card for NXT TakeOver New York. So far we have a vacated NXT Championship that will be on the line against one part of the Undisputed Era in Adam Cole, baby, up against Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. Then the winners of the Dusty Cup, that's right, we're going to see Aleister Black and Ricochet, the new formed team, up against the War Raiders for the NXT Tag Team Championship. We're going to see the NXT UK Championship on the line between Walter, the ring general, up against the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. And for the NXT North American Championship, we're seeing Bro in Matt Riddle up against Velveteen Dream. Then none other, we have a fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's Championship. We have Io Shirai versus Kairi Sane versus EST of NXT and Bianca Belair up against Shayna Baszler in the NXT Women's Champion. Now, let's move on to what I think the matches are going to be at WrestleMania, plus some confirmed ones. So let's get the confirmed ones out of the way. We have for the Universal Championship, we have the Beast Slayer himself, the Architect, the one that wants to burn it down, Seth Rollins up against Brock Lesnar. Then we have in a no holds barred match, this has been a while in the making, another rematch from WrestleMania. We're seeing Batista up against Triple H. Then we're seeing another confirmed match that happened this past SmackDown, Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Another confirmed match in Shane McMahon up against The Miz. And the last confirmed match for WrestleMania that we know so far is for the Raw Women's Championship. None other than the man Becky Lynch up against the Second Nature and Charlotte Flair up against the champion right now in Ronda Rousey. But here's what I think is going to happen at WrestleMania. So to kick it off, we've got those Battle Royals out of the way. So for the men's Battle Royal, sheer prediction wise, I don't think Roman has anything as of yet, and having Dean Ambrose and Roman in that Battle Royal will not only give prestige to that match, but will also have a good send-off moment and get the people in their seats. So saying Roman Reigns will win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that's a sheer prediction from me. Take it as you will. Then for the second Battle Royal, the Women's Battle Royal, I honestly think a debuting Shayna Baszler after losing the NXT Championship will just dominate that match, take everyone out and claim and bring prestige to that trophy. A prediction that I have is for the United States Championship. It will be a triple threat match. I don't know why, but since Rey Mysterio did pin Samoa Joe, I think it's just going to add towards it. I think we're going to see the triple threat match of Andrea Cien Almas Andrea versus Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. Then next, there's been a lot of speculation going around about the Intercontinental Championship, whether it's going to be a multi, and I honestly think it's going to be a multi. They've been doing ladder matches in the past, so I think it's going to be about a 6-man, and these are just sheer people that I think might be in a match. It's not confirmed, but with a lot of people going to be within that Battle Royal that I reckon Roman's going to win, these are the 6 that I reckon will be in the ladder match. I think a debuting Mojo Rawley will be in a match because he's had a lot of promos in the mirrors and it's led nowhere. I reckon another person that'll be added into the mix is Elias, but Elias going for the Intercontinental would make sense because of the Honky Tonk Man being there. Will he have a performance or not? We don't know as yet, but if Elias is in it, who has he been attacking recently? None other than No Way Jose. So I'm reckoning No Way Jose might be in it. But then you have Leo Rush. Leo Rush has posted a picture of him holding the Intercontinental belt. Could this lead a sign of them being in WrestleMania together? Also, the former Intercontinental Champion in Finn Balor, I honestly reckon that he will be making his appearance in there, and also the champion himself, the almighty Bobby Lashley. Also, another prediction I have out there, since no one's really a massive competitor against Asuka for a WWE SmackDown Live Women's Championship, I think it's going to be the one that just makes her way wherever she wants to go in the Southern Belle they want to call her now. I'm talking about Lacey Evans up against Asuka at WrestleMania. I can see this happening. Then for the Women's Tag Team Championships, I can see this is a triple threat as well. A returning Beth Phoenix is going to team with Natalya to make the Divas of Doom to go up against the Samoan Slaughterhouse in Nia Jax and Tamina, up against the current WWE Women's Tag Team Champions in the Boss and Hug Connection in Sasha Banks and Bayley. Also another match that I'm chucking out there, it's obvious, it's the WWE Championship. Kofi will get that shot against Daniel Bryan. My prediction is it's just going to be a one-on-one so far. Let's hope it's just like that. This will be the year that Kurt Angle has his retirement match, and what a way to go if he was up against John Cena. John Cena had his first match against him. It's bound to happen, but with the whole United States scene with John Cena being mentioned a lot, is he going there? But then it's good to see Kurt Angle versus John Cena, and what a way to go out. The second last match I can predict, I reckon there's going to be a brand new tag team going up against the Usos. I don't think it's going to be a gauntlet at all, and I honestly think that Sanity is going to get their shot against the Usos. I know it's a far push, but this is sheer prediction, match predictions. Yeah, I'm not saying these are actually official, so if you think these are official, just don't think that already. Some are, some aren't. And the last match that I reckon is going to happen is also another triple threat for the Raw World Tag Team Champions. I reckon it's going to be Heavy Machinery finally getting their spot up against Aleister Black and Ricochet, up against none other than the Raw Tag Team Champions, Forever the Revival, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, the Revival. If you did like this video, you know what to do. You put a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, put a thumbs down. But this is a brand new aspect and a new kind of way we want to report news. But either way, if you like it, you know what to do. Sub it, cousin.